Ooh, it's Secret Lair time. Hey, what's up, gang? It's Adam and Lowry. We are here for another Secret Lair drop. What we're going to do here is kind of go through and break down this Secret Lair. It is a commander deck, so there really isn't like a breakpoint we're doing necessarily. We're just going to kind of go through the entire deck here. And it actually really...
Quickly.
Yeah, quick. Quick notes on it. It does release on January 22nd, so that's Monday at 11 p.m. Or no, a.m. Sorry, don't do p.m.
11 a.m. Central.
You don't want to miss a.m. Central. There is a limited supply of this, so when it sells out kind of like the other commander decks. Yeah, so I think that's it. And so we're gonna kind of get to this, and we're gonna tell you guys if it's worth it or not. So, Lowry, you want to start breaking this stuff down?
So this is a cats and dogs themed Secret Lair deck. It is the full 100 cards. And I think the flip cards that are the legends, we have Rin and Suri Inseparable, which is probably the most exciting card, like commander that people are going to be having. It is flip, and so you got your cat and your dog. Cat and a dog on each side.
Yep. So really quick, as we're going through the flip ones, I'll kind of give you guys a price of what each one. So Ren and Siri, we did just get Secret Lair in the spring with the was it? I think it was like the
Lisa Frank one.
Well, it was like that the Trapper Keeper one. You know, it was like very
Lisa Frank.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that one was $30, and then I think when this deck was being revealed, like we knew that Ren and Siri is going to be in there. For some reason, it jumped up to $45. So
okay.
So that's about a $30-$45 card right there. We know, we've seen the Secret Lair, so that's an easy one to figure out here. So
and we also know, projecting from this, that we have a cats and dogs themed set coming up in the year 2024 as well.
Yep.
And so there's going to be some desire for Rin and Suri, I would say. So next one we're going to talk about is Jetmir Nexus of Revels. This one came out in Streets of New Capenna. And you're just making cat and dog tokens, and they work together as well.
Yep. So then this one, we're looking at the best version of this, is about 10. When you have something that's around $10 commander card with a Secret Lair, they'll easily get up to 20. So I think it's safe to say this one will be about a $20 card, especially it being a flip card and a commander. Like you could switch these in and out. You know, it's the same colors in this same deck, so you could put this as your main commander, or you just make a completely different deck with Jetmir. So,
and I'm wrong. It doesn't make tokens. This one boosts your crew.
Oh yeah,
as you have your cat. As your
I wasn't even listening to what you were saying. I was just flipping the cards.
Yeah, thanks. This is the one I was thinking.
There
Ginny
you go.
Faye,
Yeah.
Jetmir's second. She does make
Two
tokens. Whenever you make
tokens
tokens,
and
it's
3/1
going to
dogs.
allow you to make a dog or a cat token.
Yep.
Also a flip one, and the final commander that is flippable.
Yep. So again, this is a $10 card in its best version of it, and I think we'll... Oh, I'm all delayed. Why does it do the delayed part? I don't understand that. But $10, so I think this one is about a $20 card when it's all said and done here. So same thing as the last one. So let's move down to kind of both spoiled here. Not both of them. We have one.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But so this is the biggest card in the deck right here. Anointed Procession is getting reprinted, double-sided. One is kitty themed, one is doggo themed. Very cool. What's your prediction on this one?
Well, we have a minimum price right now of $50 just because Anointed really hasn't been printed that much. So I think this one is at a minimum $50. With it being the flip with the kitties and the dogs, I think you could see this 10, maybe even quicker than that, 6 to 10 months, hitting 75 plus. I mean, we just saw the Angels are going crazy, and that just was, 6 months ago? And you're seeing $100 Gisellas going right now and easily selling. I've seen them go for 120 and all that. Yeah, so it's not out of the question of this hitting $100 at some point, unless it catches a reprint in something else. But again, that's the cool thing about Secret Lairs, and these is they're special. Like, you're not getting flip cards like this anywhere else. And then we have the Soul Ring, which
we have a Soul Ring.
Look at
It's
that.
going to be a flip card, as they're saying, probably cat and dog themed. We just don't know what it looks like at this point. I'm sure we will by Monday.
Yeah, and I would assume 30 at a minimum, but I bet you this one gets to 40 for a soul ring. I mean, we're getting a lot of soul rings with like special soul rings. The good ones for Secret Lairs are selling for 30. I just sold one today. Oh, good for me. Can you hit the button for me? Because I'm not even.
Good. Yeah, we'll do.
Good for you.
Thank you. So I just sold a $30 the Galaxy foil ones, which I feel are probably the best ones. But with the flip foil soul ring, this is right up there. It's going to be 30, 40 bucks easily, especially with cats and dogs on. If they have
so
cats
all
and
of
dogs.
these flip ones are going to be foil as well?
Yes, all flip ones, which is a nice thing about the flip is foiling. They don't curve as much because they're foil on both sides. So it kind of balances each other out.
Two negatives make a positive.
Right, exactly. And then we got a couple others that we should talk about with the special stuff. The basics. So we got the basics.
Yeah, so we have planes that are going to be at least dog themed, dog and cat themed.
Dog and
cat.
cat.
Some mountains that are dog and cat themed.
That one's just dogs.
And just dogs.
Cats.
And then the forests are just cats.
And they said,
how many of those are each?
Yeah.
It says it up top.
10 planes we're getting, 5 mountain, and 7 forest. And they're all going to be foil. So just, again, we're talking about 2 tribes that people really love. You know, cats and dogs. They really go crazy for them. These basic lands are going to, I think, at a minimum $10 a piece. Maybe a little bit less for the planes because you're getting more of them. But this one has both cats and dogs on it, so I could see this one still being up there at the same price. So with that, you're talking about 22 basic lands. It says it right there. Foil basic lands. That's $220 right there in basics if you're just selling at $10 a piece. So, and these are pretty sweet. The one thing I will say that's interesting, and when they were doing the spoilers of this, it kind of looks like they took a background and then they photoshopped all these in, doesn't it? I mean, it kind of looks like they're just like
a little bit,
bloop, bloop, and just popped them in. I still like it. It's just
like clip art.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like to me. So, but I think these are going to be easy sell. I mean, you're going to sell these for $10 a piece if you're trying to break these up. And then the last thing that's kind of the special version is these tokens. So we got two tokens.
1/1 dog token,
and then a 1/1
kitty.
A
1/1 kitty token.
So token again, that's probably around $10. You get 2 of them there. So all of that we'll do the breakdown at the end here. Let's keep going through the whole deck here. So those are the special things that we're getting in this deck. Now we're gonna get into things that are more like you've seen them before. These aren't anything new, but it's just the deck. Do we want to break this down, or do I just kind of talk about?
I think find the ones that we really like Brimaz right there at the top.
Yep. Let's see if I can get it so it pops on the whole thing. All right. So Brimaz is what is it? $18 card for its minimum. So this isn't foil. This is just going to be regular. So this is one of your cards that's over 10. We also have, can you read this one, Larry? Because I can't.
Kisali Slingers.
Thank you. I always want to say quasi.
Destroy, enchantments and artifacts whenever a cat comes into play.
Yep. So
this is a pretty sweet card.
This is a $15 card, and this was actually a Secret Lair with the kitties when they did the kitty Secret Lair a couple years back. So that's a $15 card. It was at one point a $30 card. So we'll see how these. I mean, the Secret Lair was a $30 card. Let me take that back. The Commander one has been kind of in the teens. Then we have Lurking, which is an enchantment, right? Lurking Predators. And this one is a $12 card, surprisingly, but it's a good card. It's a very good card. And then the last thing that isn't special there, it's a land. They kind of put it in the special other. So we get Jetmir, not seeing it here, but it's the Triome Jetmir's Garden, which is 27. That just recently went up. So that was a $10 card. And within the last probably 6 months, it has jumped up to $27. I don't know why I'm just showing you the back of a card because it's not really telling you anything there.
It's a magic card.
It's a magic card. And then we have $5 to $10 cards. We have about 6 of them. Oh, why don't we get to that? Let's jump over to the little thingy here that I did this for a reason so everybody can see the breakdown of all this. All right, so the financial breakdown of everything. So we have 7 main flip cards totaling $185. That's all the special stuff. Basic lands I mentioned before, $220. Cards over 10, you have 4 of them. That equaled $72. And I'm doing minimum price into this. So when I'm doing the cards between 5 and 10, I'm taking the $5 price, where some of these are closer to 10. But there's 6 of them at $30. And then cards between 3 and 5, again, I'm taking in the lower end. There's 11 of those at $33. So it gives you a total of $540. One thing I didn't do that I normally do with the whole Secret Lair stuff is I didn't take into, if you're selling these, the fees and stuff. You can take about 15% of your 540. Let's just do the little math really quick there. 15% off of 540 is a good estimate of how much you're going to be paying fees. So you're talking $81. And then if you add in maybe 2% and you can calculate the shipping, typically like eBay is 12 to 14% they charge. So if you're looking at 3% in there, it should cover your shipping costs and all that. So let's just round it off and say it's $100 you take off. It's going to be about $440 of value there. And we like to do, and you just did recently, is buy listing is a good way to get rid of the cards that are below $10. I mean, that's what I did
Very
with
true.
a lot of the commander decks there. So there's some good value. There's good value in just the basics lands like that.
Right.
If you don't care about the basics, like
one thing that I've noticed as well from like the flip card Secret Lair deck is that the thick thick cards that they give,
totally
which is
forgot
also
about
going to be here, they have also been going for 5 to 20. I think I was seeing.
I've sold out of Gisellas at $10 a piece. I just put them at 10 because I'm like they're thicker and whatever. But yeah, you're right. They're
right.
10 to $20 easily. So I didn't even add that in for the calculation. So we'll probably get
Not
one
this time, no.
for each one of those. Well, are they doing? Did it say that in the thing? Now I kind of want to go
I
back.
believe I read that, but I cannot.
Let's jump back really quick. Let's just make sure.
I'd be surprised if they didn't.
Well, because what ones did they have for the flips? Let's see. Was the Angels?
They had all the.
Oh, the Angels
flips were all the heavy stock.
Yep, the Angels did have the. I was trying to think if they've done a flip with both sides, and the Angels definitely did have flip ones there. Where does it say anywhere on there?
No, this is Asika. If we can.
Oh yeah, that was a flip too, wasn't it? Yeah,
that's a
good point. Good point.
Flip.
Yeah, so most likely that is a very good point. We're gonna get not that. We'll get the commanders and flip. So we'll probably get 3 flip cards. So you're add another $30 on there, and so you're looking at $470. Probably around there for price. So we got a lot of people. Yeah, $10 is too much per land. Ansel, I would say you would think that, but kind of look back at special lands. Like you can get if they're in foil and they're special, and these are going to be kind of, well, I guess there's gonna be a lot of them, so maybe they will be a little bit low in the beginning, but I think that these will get back up to $10. I mean, these are cats and dogs that people really like. So I mean,
if I'm remembering right, there was like cat and dog theme from the first jump start.
Oh yeah,
on their basic lands, and those were going for $5.
Yep.
And they might have been pretty rare because nobody was opening up jump start
as much.
But they were $5 and they weren't foil. And
these
that's
your
2-3 years, probably 3 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
But these are going to be foil. There is a limited supply here. I mean, we don't know how many they are making, but I would guess in between 12 and 17,000.
Yeah,
roughly.
Probably. Yep. And like Grenshai just said here too, most of the Secret Lair foil lands do get to be at least $10. That's kind of when we do our estimates. They easily get there, and this is kind of a special one there. So I wouldn't. If you're talking TCG, if you're selling TCG, yeah, you could get those for pretty cheap. But eBay-wise, that's where I sell a lot of my stuff. I'm not saying you have to sell there. I can sell these easily for $10, if not higher. You know, the Godzilla lands, those are a different animal because it's like, those are the skin ones, but those are going for $20 a piece at least.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not worried about the basic lands here getting sold. Again, like you mentioned, limited supply. So these are going to probably be gone pretty dang quick.
The other thing that we haven't mentioned is there's going to probably be a secret card.
Oh, good point.
And so the Angels one had 4 basic lands, right?
But then they had the Sigarda's Aid.
Oh, the Sigarda's Aid. That's right. Sigarda's Aid, and then you have Delver of Secrets from the flip land,
which was
the flip cards.
But it was still it made some money. And then
you had a basic land from the flip coin.
Yep.
And those are going for $20-$30 at this point. And so Mountain Island. So likely we're going to get some kind of extra card in here that puts it to 101. That's a little, we'll see what that is. We don't know what that is, but that's
I don't even know what to speculate.
Bonus.
I don't even know how to speculate on what it's going to be because I never know. They're going to try to fit it with the theme or at least have the art be a cat or a dog. So, all right. So the big question here, Lowry, is this. It's time for...
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Let's jump over to the pricing here. So, like I said, taking the fees off of there, we're probably at like $5 or $4.40. The thick land or thick cards maybe add another $20-$25 after fees. So you're at $565, $570 or $470. Sorry, and this costs $150. That's before taxes. You're probably looking at $163. I'm guessing if I remember of the other ones.
Okay.
Do you think this one's worth it? Is this something that you would go out and buy? Are you going to buy it?
Now,
How are you approaching this one?
This sounds probably terrible, but if I liked cats and dogs, I'd be really interested in this.
Yeah. If you're a big cat and dog lover.
But apparently I hate them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I do know that there's going to be support. I think it's like I'm much more of a player than what I'm thinking that I might buy this, even though the value's there.
Right.
But if you don't have many of these cards, I think this is a solid buy. $150 for the entire thing. If you like shiny things, you're going to be using a lot of the shinies here.
Mm-hmm.
If you're building a cat dog deck. If you are actively selling and or trading, I think this is probably worth it as well. You can get $150 worth of value off of Card Sphere or wherever you're trading. Like, plenty of people like this kind of stuff. And so the question is how active are you in that? How much do you want this? And so right now I'm kind of like, I'm leaning towards it at this point that it's worth it to buy for me.
For you. Personally. And you're more saying you aren't going to necessarily take it apart and send. You might send in some of the stuff because you have a lot of this. Oh, good for you, Lowry.
Right.
Well, hit that button.
Oh, good for you.
But you're saying you would be buying more for your collection to keep for yourself. Right. Send in the stuff that you don't want. You're not trying to necessarily make money off of this one if you're going to buy it. Now,
I'd get one for myself potentially.
Okay.
And that's where it is. Like, there's only one card I don't have, which is Ren and Suri.
Okay, for you.
I can't. So, my page. I can't. I can only hit.
You got a lot going
button.
on. I'm just here to BS. I get it. And so yes, I think it's value-wise worth it. And if you want the cats and dogs, like you want to build it, I think it's worth it. I think there's the potential in the future because there's going to be at least dogs in the
fall drop or fall set.
Well, yeah, cats and dogs have been confirmed to be in the fall drop, but then also you have at least a couple of versions of the dog in I don't know the precons that are coming out. What is it called? The radioactive thing.
Oh, now what is it?
Yep. That's why you should take notes, is because forget stuff.
What is it has the energy counter
video
stuff.
Game.
Yeah, it's Fallout.
There we go. Thank you. Yeah, so Fallout's gonna at least have a dog in there. We've seen that spoiled.
Add it to this deck
to want more of these cards.
Right. Yeah. So, personally, me, I do a lot of the Secret Lair buying and selling and buying and selling. That's basically my specs at this point.
Mm-hmm.
From all the decks, the commander decks, as we mentioned in our end of the year podcast, it was a little shaky at the end of it. But when we were talking about that, the commander decks have been the best value by far. Even if people get upset about it and like, oh, $150, the value's there. All of the decks that I bought last year from the commander stuff, the commander secret layers, they're all in the profit. Like, I've made money, like the best percentage wise out of all the secret layers. So this is not any different than those. This is probably, if I go back and look at those, I can compare them. This is right up there, if not better than those, especially since we're using cats and dogs, which I think is a very, if you look at the other previous, the dog and the kitties secret layers, they're big. They are huge in the money, and I don't think it's any different here. So yes, I've been waiting for this one, waiting for the next commander deck, been kind of saving for it. So I'm going to try to get as many as I can. Well, not as many as I can, but I have a number. I'm not sure how many, but at least 2 of them pays for one of them. You know, you pay 300 some bucks with taxes, 320. Like I told you, 470 is what the value is in this. So if you wanted to keep all the cards in one, you can sell one of those if you wanted to split them up and buy lists, all the little stuff. You can sell that, and it gives you your money back, plus you're making.
You basically get a free one that you're saying, and get a couple bucks out of it.
Yeah. So yes, I think it is a buy. I'm just glad I get to use these buttons because we haven't used them since the pre-con one a few months ago.
Right.
All right, I think that's it, guys. Really quick, if you're watching right now, we are doing. You should join in tonight at 9 o'clock Central because we are doing our store giveaway, our grand opening. So if you guys are watching, or if you're watching later, check out our store, which I don't want to tell the store stuff yet, but check out tonight if you guys are watching right now, 9 o'clock, we'll be on. That should do it for Secret Lair. We will see you guys next time.
Bye.